Alright guys, I'm going to adjust the clutch, the free play on the clutch lever. What I've got going on here is too much, and I can feel a difference when I'm riding, so it's time to adjust it. So if you squeeze your clutch lever, just the free play, not so it's actually moving the clutch at all, just that free play there, it'll create a gap here on the pivot point, yeah, between the black side and the lever itself on the shiny side. Now that gap should be between 2 and 3 millimeters. This is way more than that. Now you could get a ruler and try and measure it that way. That gap there is about 7 millimeters, so it's way too much. But it's kind of awkward to get a ruler here to measure that. So a quick tip: you will be needing your 12 millimeter spanner to make the adjustment on the cable. So this 12 millimeter spanner is actually 4 millimeters wide. There you go. It's about 4 millimeters wide there. So you can see that gap is quite a bit more than 4 millimeters. Now what I use to make the adjustment is the ignition key. It's handy. Now that is about 2 millimeters wide. Now bear in mind our adjustment should be between 2 and 3 millimeters. So all I do is I put the key in there, and that would be about the correct size there, or maybe a little tiny bit of wiggle room if you want to go to 3 millimeters. So we have to adjust our cable so that the gap is that size. Okay, let's go adjust the cable. Okay, so this is where we adjust the clutch cable. It's on the right hand side of the bike, so the same side as your oil filler cap, right next to your oil filler cap. And with your 12 millimeter spanner that's in your toolkit, just loosen the nut on the left hand side, loosen that off. So turn it anti-clockwise. So if you want to reduce the free play, so take up the slack in your cable, go to your other nut here and turn it clockwise, and that will take up the free play, and the reverse if you want to reduce the free play. If you want to have a bigger gap, turn it anti-clockwise, reduce the gap, turn it clockwise, and then check your free play. So I've got quite a bit of free play, so I'm going to wind this nut round clockwise a few turns, and then we go up to the clutch lever and check the free play. Okay, so back up to the lever, and that little gap there, we can see it's reduced, and I can just slot the key in there, and I've got a little bit of wiggle room in there with the key in there. So we know the key is 2 millimeters, so we've probably got a 3 millimeter gap there, and that's where I like it. Yeah, so you're just pulling the lever till it takes up the slack in the cable, yeah, before you feel any resistance, and that's the gap. Okay, back down the other side. Okay, so we're happy with the adjustment at the lever side, so now we just gotta go back to this nut on the left and tighten it up. That's it, job done. Okay, so once you're happy with your adjustment, which I am, just one more thing to do, take it for a quick test ride. And when you adjust your clutch cable, just be careful not to over adjust it, because that can create clutch drag and it will just wear your clutch out faster. So just take your time, make sure your adjustments are correct. Let's go take it for a quick test. Test ride over, clutch is working perfect. You'll notice a difference when it's set up correctly. Now in your owner's manual on page 114, there's some information there which I just showed you, but you can check it out for yourself. Page 114. And Royal Enfield recommend checking your adjustment on your clutch cable about every 1,000 kilometers, which is around 620 miles. If you're new to motorcycling, once you've done this a few times, it's real easy, and it's very similar on a lot of motorcycles. Alright, thanks for watching. Catch you later.